Hello everybody, today I will be showing you how to run Dosbox, install, run and configure Dosbox on the Raspberry Pi 4 with the Raspbian operating system. So if you want to install Raspbian, you need to go to the terminal here and you need to type in a few things. You need to type in sudo apt-get update. This will update your Raspbian operating system to see what kind of software is available in the repository. I already did it, so it just went very quickly. It could take about a minute or so. And if you haven't updated your Raspbian operating system, type in sudo apt-get apt-get upgrade, and this will upgrade your Raspbian operating system. I already did it, so just press this and press enter. I'll put all these codes in the video descriptions so you can see them. And to install Raspbian, to install Dosbox 0.74 on your Raspbian operating system, type sudo apt-get install Dosbox, and then you will be able to install Dosbox in your computer. I already did it, so it says Dosbox is already installed on this computer, so I don't have to do it. So that's that. So the next thing you do is you just make a directory. I want to put mkdir dosgames. I already did it, so I'll just I already did it, so it says that cannot create directory. DOS games file exists, and you want to run Dosbox the first time just by pressing Dosbox, and then now I'm able to run it. If you want full screen, it's Alt Enter to get the full screen. To get out of it, it's Alt Enter again. I want to mount my drive. I already did, so it's mount C dosgames, but it's already mounted. So after that, you just go to C : and I'm able to access my directory. And I'm just going to run a couple of games. Just run LHX. There's no sound right now because the sound for this computer is it goes through my headphones like this, and I assure you that the sound does work. You can hear it right now. You could hear that clearly from the headphones, and I'm just going to run this. Some games run pretty good, but some games are rather sluggish with this. It's not as good as it is compared to, let's say, a PC or something. You could hear that clearly. I'm just going to put it on my head. Okay. This game runs just fine, but some games are a bit sluggish with the Raspberry Pi 4. Considering this is a game that was made in 1990, it shouldn't have any problems running or issues running. As you can see, the game runs perfectly fine. It's runs smoothly. I don't hear any sound distortions or anything. It's good. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm going to show you something else. So to exit, just type exit, and that will get me out of Dosbox. And next thing you want to do is you want to configure your Dosbox. So to do that, press CD, type CD tilde .dosbox, and then put ls to get a directory. So I have dosbox -0.74. It says -2.config. So I want to configure that. So if you want to configure that, you type in nano put dosbox and type in exactly that 0.74 -2.conf. Whoops, screwed up. That's not it. Okay, so it's nano. Let's put tilde .dosbox. Okay, now this is where you could configure Dosbox. So you could use the arrow keys to navigate here and change the settings here. So this is where you can change the settings for the CPU. So I put my type, CPU type is Pentium, core is auto, cycles auto, cycle up is 1000, cycle down is 1000. You can put whatever you like here. And that's the sound card. So it's Sound Blaster 16, bass is 220, IRQ 7, DMA 1. You could set this to whatever you want, but I suggest you leave it at this default settings. This is where you can configure the .conf file for Dosbox 0.71. So I just put instead of having to type mount C dosgames every time, I just put the code here to mount my drive here. So it's mount C, so that's going to designate it C drive, and my file is located, it's tilde backslash, I think it's dosgames, or you could put mount C dosgames. Doesn't really matter. You could, or I'm sorry, it's mount C dosgames. So either one would work. So I'm going to try this one, and I'm going to save it. So to save it is Control X, and then you put Y for yes. I want to save it, and enter to get out. So I'm going to type Dosbox again. Okay, my game is mounted on the right directory. And to speed up, if you want to speed up Dosbox, make it faster, it's Control F12, and as you can see here, that the cycle is going up every time I press Control F12. But it's only going up by, let's see, and Control F11 is to make the speed go back down again. As you can see, the cycles are increasing by 1000 as I press Control F12. And then F11, I'm pressing down, it's going down by 1000. Okay, and I think if you want to map the controls, it's Control F1. So this is where you can map the controls for Dosbox on your Raspbian operating system with your Raspberry computer. So I'm going to exit because I don't want to map anything, so that's fine. So C drive. So this is where my games are at. Now I'm going to show you where you can actually get the games. There's two ways to do this. You could download it from a site where they have it. So that site is My Abandonware. And this is where they have a lot of DOS games, which you can get for free. So I'm going to put LHX. That's the game that I was playing earlier. Okay. There it is. Just go here and download the appropriate one for your system. So I want the one for DOS. So this is the one that I would click. Let's try to get another game. Let's try Bad Blood if they have it. there it is. So I want the DOS version, there it is. And now it's downloading it. And I'm going to show you how you can unzip it. So I got the game, I downloaded Bad Blood. I want to see where it is, so download Bad Bloods. So I'm going to change the name and simplify it. I'm just going to put Bad Blood and not have all that stuff in there. That's the name. Go back to terminal, and I want to send that file unzipped to my Dosgames directory. So I would put unzipped. So unzip. Downloads. I don't know if that's capitalized or not. Yeah, it is capitalized. It's cap sensitive, definitely. So it's downloads. Is it downloads or download? Okay, it's downloads, plural. It's Bad Blood .zip, and I want to send it to it's Dosgames. Bad Blood. And this is where I want to send it to. Unzip. Downloads. Bad Blood. Zip, and I want to send it to Dosgames. I typed it in wrong. I'll try something else. Bad Blood.zip. Maybe I missed something. I think I missed -d. Let's try that to Dosgames. Okay, now it's unzipped, so I'm going to go to CD Dosgames list, and now I see Bad Blood as well. CD Bad Blood. See what's in there. The files are in there, definitely. Okay, now I want to run, get out of here, cd ... Now I want to go to I want to run Dosbox. Okay, good. Go to C drive, cd bad. See if it runs. I think the exe file for this is Bad Blood. Okay, it's running. Okay, the game's running. As you can see, the sound is working. As you can hear, I mean. This game runs alright. I don't see any problem with it in terms of performance. This is a very old game. It shouldn't have any problems at all. Okay, it's working. So I'm gonna get out of here. Quit. Quit. So let's say I want to do something a little bit different here. I want to go to cd tilde dash dosgames. Dosbox, I'm sorry. Yes, nano. Get out of here first. cd dos. Okay, I want to edit it so I can run a game. Scroll all the way down here. So let's say I want to run LHX every time I log in. Let me find LHX, the game. Okay, this is where it is at, so I would put C colon. Let's see. CD LHX and then LHX, and this should just run the game for me, and Control X again and Y to save and enter. Dosbox. You see that? The game runs every time I start Dosbox, so I don't have to do that. I don't have to type in all the commands to run this game, let's say. So that's how you could do it. Okay, I want to exit out of here. Exit out of there. And I want to configure it back. I think there's another way to configure it. But you could get to that. Nope. Okay, I could get here this way and then just click on it. And you could configure it Dosbox conf file this way as well, without typing in nano and all that stuff. You could just find the root directory. No, I don't want to save it, so you could just go here and find the root directory with tilde.dosbox, and once you run Dosbox, this thing would appear, so you can go in here and just change the .conf file and just type in whatever. So I don't want to run LHX every time I play this game, so that's it. So I want to save it and exit. That's it. And there's another way you can get games. If you have a Google Drive, let's say you have all the DOS games already, and if you have Google Drive, you could download all your games to Google Drive and get them as well, and just download it directly to your Raspberry Pi single board computer. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so now I'm going to log into my, I already logged into my Google account, Gmail account or Google account. So now I'm going to go to Google. I'm already logged onto my account, so the account is K, as you can see. That's what I'm logged on to. So now I'm going to go to Google Drive. So just go to Google and type in Google Drive and you should be able to see it. Okay. So I already have a lot of these DOS games already, so I just made a folder like that and just made a new folder and put it as DOS games, and I uploaded some games on here. So I'm going to download it. Just right click and download. This is another way you can get games. So if you just have a lot of games, DOS games, you could just load it onto your Google Drive and transfer it to your Raspberry Pi that way. So I'm going to go to downloads. So I have Crime Wave as well. Okay, good. So I'm going to unzip that into my Dosbox directory. DOS games directory, I'm sorry. So it's unzip Crime Wave. Okay. That's downloads. .zip -d. So my file is at DOS games and I want to send it there. I want to see if that file name is correct. Downloads. Okay, it's capital C and capital V. Maybe I want to change that. So I'm going to rename it Crime Wave. Because Linux operating systems are very specific when it comes to capitalization. Okay, now it's unzipped. So I want to see if it's in there. So cd DOS games ls. Oops, that's not how I wanted it. Okay, I'm going to make a new directory. Crime Wave. I want to put all these files into that directory. You could use a GUI to do this. Okay, now Crime Wave is in there. Now I'm going to run Dosbox and run Crime Wave. I think it's just CW, that's the exe file. This is whatever. Alt enter to get full screen. Let's start. Some game options. Let's see. Sound on. Start. Didn't configure the controls, huh? Damn it. I need to configure the controls for this game. For some games you do have to configure the controls. It's game option. Okay, that's good. So fire the large weapon. Put that as control. Space is fine. Okay, fire small weapon. Jump, I want enter. Space, I mean. For the large weapon, I want Z. Crouch. Shift. That's good. Now I want to run it. Start. You want to see how this runs. The sound does work. You can hear right here. Put that back on my head. Okay, good. It's working good. There's a rocket. Okay, good. So far, I didn't have any problems running games, any performance issues, because I'm running very low-end games like this. I want to do something else. I'm going to exit out of here. I want to see how... I want to do a temperature test. Exit. I want to see if my temperature went up or not. So I'm going to... It's right now. This is temperature in degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So I'm going to run that again. Whatever. Okay, start. I'm going to see if the temperature goes up while I'm playing this or not. It isn't really going up that much. It isn't stressing out the CPU at all, which is a good thing. Definitely not going to have any problems running DOS games with this, with the Raspberry Pi. I mean, yeah, Raspberry Pi 4. Alright, I think that's enough. The temperature is only like 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty good, which isn't a lot. I think that's it for this. Exit again, I'm out. So I'm gonna exit out of terminal. So the temperature is, here's the temperature readings. So it really didn't go up that much. Maybe it went up like 3 degrees Fahrenheit, which isn't basically anything. Come on. Okay, that's it. So that's how you run the Dosbox 0.74 emulator on a Raspberry Pi 4 single board computer with a Raspbian operating system. Okay, thanks for watching by Ace 1000KS 1975, signing out.